there is like that, and then the next one is, I guess, you know, that. Should put some torches down before skeletons and things start spawning on me, and I get sad because of creepers. Actually, I'm I'm playing on peaceful. Just remembered. Let's change to peaceful because I've been looking at other people's maps for the Minecraft design school, and so I haven't been playing on normal difficulty as I was supposed to. Oops. Alright, so oh crap. There and there and you know, there. And we need to excavate above us if we want to keep going, so I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Put that, I don't know, I'll put that there. Alright, let's just leave that like that for now. Maybe another torch. Alright, so you can roughly see what's going on, right? Hopefully. Where did that slab go? Didn't I drop one? I swear I dropped a block or a slab or something. Never mind. That's okay. It's a piece of dirt going up basically, so it doesn't look very good there. And we're missing that edge as well, so it's a bit lumpy, but that's because we're missing the half slabs underneath here. I think it will look fine. I think it will look fine, so just be a line, a diagonal circle like that, right? And then the next one up will be a smaller circle, going up again, as I said. Alright, so that's the plan, and you know, I had it in my mind. I didn't really need to do that for me, but I just wanted to show you guys what I've been thinking there. Hopefully that's, that makes sense. I haven't quite figured out how deep this hole needs to be, and or how tall it needs to be above us. Now that I think about it, that can probably be solid underneath there, underneath the stairs, or the ramp, as it were. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna excavate some more. I'm gonna excavate some more, but I'm not sure what I'm doing, though. I guess I'll just keep going up above here. I'll probably have to fill a lot of stone back in because it's not gonna, I'm trying to design the shape as I go, and I'm doing this wrong, I think. But better to kind of excavate too much and then fill back in rather than... Actually, is it? I don't know. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm not, I'm designing this as I go. And I guess we're going back to the earlier point is, your design not turning out the way you imagine. Well, as you become more experienced with design, you don't worry about that. You have an idea and you build, and you literally purposefully change your design as you build, because you don't try to come up with all the answers before you even start, because there are so many unexpected things and then so many things that you can't think of early on that there's no point trying to do that. So you just kind of have the idea and then work on the design as you go. The design process, I don't know if you've watched all my videos or not, but the design process is, you prototype something and you test it, and then you reconsider the design, and then you make another prototype and you test that and you reconsider the design. So it's a process of repeatedly testing more and more developed designs. So in my mind, that's what I'm doing here. I have the idea of a temple in the mountain. Alright, so then I start digging a hole, and then now that I have a hole, I decide, okay, probably the best way to put the ramp in like this is so then I try out the ramp, and then the next thing I do is dig more of the mountain out and then build the next part of the ramp. So I've got an idea, but I'm working on it as I go, and I'm comfortable with the fact that I'm not sure what I'm doing, and then I'm just trying things out as I go. I'm comfortable with that, and you have to do that because you have to that's like being comfortable with the design, right? That's the whole point of designing. Alright, I'll stop rambling and do some digging. And we'll see how this turns out. Alright, so I've done some excavating and I've been thinking about, you know, this staircase, although it's more a kind of a big ramp, a big circular ramp than a staircase. And I mean, I've got to admit, I'm running into the same problems that everyone else does, which is it's not quite as good as I would like. Like, there's not enough room. In a way, there's not enough room, but again, I don't want to make it too much bigger. I don't think I can make it too much bigger, but I don't want to as well. Like, this is a good size, I think, for whatever shrine I'm gonna have for this mountain temple. But I mean, this is okay. Coming up here, I just get rid of. Actually, we can't get rid of that. So imagine that we kind of keep walking up there, and then we get to here, and then the other path is up this way. So this is actually, that's pretty nice, you know, there's 2 circles, and then straight up that way we'll go out back to the cliff face, and then we have a balcony, you know, on the cliff above the main entrance. So everything is lined up, right? So that's the entrance. So you kind of come in the middle, go around twice, and then go up again. So actually that's pretty good. So I've been thinking about, you know, how to do this. And again, you know, I've spent, I don't know how many hours I've spent digging this and then thinking about things. So the staircase, I was thinking about different configurations for it, or different kind of supports. I can have like the bottom of that staircase to be solid, so it's like a solid ramp. I could have some sort of supports, or I can just have like that, you know, just have a ring, a disc, or sort of thing going up with not much structure. And then that, again, like it could be on the side, it could be suspended from the ceiling, or it could be, you know, supported from the bottom, or it could be just, you know, without structure. It'd be unrealistic, you know, physically, if it's stone and just kind of floating in the air, but at the same time, I think I'm okay with that, just because, you know, then it'll look like this ring is just kind of floating in the air almost. It'll be kind of, I mean, it'll join to the other ramp there, and then it'll join to the wall there, I guess. But for the rest of it, it'll just seem like it's just floating in the air. I've like, after some thinking about it, I've decided on that, on the last option. For now, at least. I've also considered going around in a circle up to there, and then just having a straight path across to there. I mean, a straight path would make that a lot simpler, of course, but also less impressive. But the thing is, you can't really see the other circle anyway. Or I mean, you can't see it all in one view, if that makes sense. Maybe you can see it from the side. Alright, so from the side you can kind of see it. So you can have one circle going this way, the other circle going the other way. From the main entrance, you know, it's kind of too big. You see how you have to kind of look up, but then you can't see the other half of it anymore, so you kind of see a bit of that, and then the top part cuts off, and then you see that, and the bottom part cuts off. So it doesn't really fit on the whole screen. That's how big this thing is from this angle. Right, so I mean, that's just some of the things I've been thinking about. And you know, as I dig and as I kind of try to build this, I'm thinking about different ways to build the ramp. As I said earlier, like, do I want it solid? Do I want it thin? Do I want it thick? Do I want it supported or not? So I'm kind of going through these ideas in my head, and then now I'm going to test it out to see how it looks, I guess. So I got my sandstone slabs. So I'm thinking have it as thin as possible and unsupported. So it just looks like 2 thin rings seemingly floating in the air, and it probably will be floating in the air in the sense that nothing's actually holding it up. Right, so that's what I'm going for. I think underneath here we're going to excavate. Well, for the rest of this, as I said, there'll be lava. Oh, also the lava doesn't really it's not sufficient now, because if you look here, like, the outer circle of the top ring is the same as the inner circle of the bottom ring, and so you can't fit lava, you know, here. So if I put lava, you know, falling down here, it'll be sufficient to light the upper ring, but not sufficient to light the lower ring. So then I think maybe I'm gonna have to have a bit of lava falling down in the middle, and then maybe a bit of lava falling down in the walls as well. So the lava in the walls will light these steps, and then the lava falling in the middle will light those steps. And maybe anyway, maybe I'll talk about that later on. But you know, I'm just thinking ahead, so just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about as I'm building this, because you know I haven't been recording all of this, so lighting probably not here. Probably here there'll be a bigger balcony, so instead of just going straight up the side, there'll be maybe a balcony here, and then there'll be lava on either side, and then like a bit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or maybe 7 or 8, I don't know, but you know, a pattern of falling streams of lava lighting the interior ring and lighting the little kind of balcony here, and then the shrine, as it were, in the middle, and then lava on the outside as well. Alright, so I think that's everything I have to say about that. Alright, so let's try to build this ramp, and remember we're thinking about making it as thin as possible. So we start with this, right? And then the next part, actually, how should we do this? And then, I mean, do I worry about the railings now, or do I worry about the railings? Let's worry about the railings later. So then here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5, 2, 2, 1, and then 2, 2, and 5. So that's the actual circle. So we're not going to. So then I'm going to do that, and that, and that. Right, so we're going to make this thin if we can, right? So then the next one, let's put a bit of sand there to give ourselves. Actually, don't need that. What am I doing? So the next thing will be like that, right? And then the next one will be just above that, right there. Can get rid of that. Can I? Okay, I can do that. Alright. And then the next one, we are going up to there. So very thin and also very shallow, this ring. And the next one is above that. I don't remember if I really explained. I think I did explain how I figured out, you know, these steps and this ring. Basically the circles I just drew in paint. This circle is not what I drew in paint. The one I drew in paint actually turned out to be like bigger, slightly bigger than this, but then this path was too narrow, so I kind of adjusted the corners a little bit to make it so that you can walk up between the two circles here. Anyway, that's not too important. Alright, so the next part is, so I run out of template there, so I'm gonna have to copy this side. So 3, 3, and then 2. So 3, 3, and then 2. And then the next one looks like that. It's 4, 3, and 2, and then a little bit there. So it's like 1, 2, wait a minute, was it 4 this way or 4 the other way? It's 4 this way, right? 4, 3, and then 2, and we kind of need a torch like there or something. Just put a torch there anyway. What's the next one? The next one is like that. So 3 in the corner, 3, 2, 3, 2 basically. So 3 there, 2 there, 3 there, and 2 there, and then diagonally out. So we're gonna have 3, 2, and then 3, and then 2. I think I need a torch like there. I'm gonna have to remove that stuff above, I think. I mean, it's useful as a little walkway when I'm building things, but it's gonna have to be removed. Like that ledge is what I'm talking about. It's not supposed to be there. It's just there for convenience. Oh crap. For convenience for now. Let's put the torch there, and then after that it's gonna be like a mirror of the other one, if I can figure that out. So 2 there, and then 1 there, and then 4 this way, I believe, and then 3 this way, and then 2, and then 1 out here, and then 2, 3, 3. Right, so 2, 3, and if I can 3. Okay, let's just remove this stuff. This really is in the way now. I think I can leave that in. I don't want to, waste